Episode of the Pu'u Muay Thai Podcast is brought to you by pmtlifestyle.com. Authentic Muay Thai lifestyle by Pu'u. Definitely go check out the website at pmtlifestyle.com for some awesome lifestyle merchandise. That's for those of you out there either involved in Muay Thai, looking at getting involved in Muay Thai, and embrace a healthier lifestyle to live the life of the Nok Muay. Go check it out.
I want to talk about Black Room at Deep Studios. If you enjoy the content of this podcast, you will definitely enjoy the value that you get out of the Black Room and being a member of the Black Room. What it is it's a subscriber-based way to support the podcast. If you enjoy the podcast and want it to continue, I'm asking for your help. And in exchange, you're going to get an underground view of Muay Thai, American Muay Thai, as well as within Thailand. We have people who are now working on the ground in Thailand that are helping us get media, content, all that stuff. We're posting it there on Black Room, as well as behind-the-scenes footage of the podcast recordings when we're recording. After I stop recording for stuff that we broadcast, we put some subscriber-based only content on there. So you're going to really get a lot of value out of that subscription. Okay, it's not just supporting the podcast. We also have podcast subscriber-only merchandise that's coming out as well here in 2024. So you have to be a part of the Black Room in order to get access to that. So I'm asking you for your help on that, but I know that it's not so much of you helping me. It's going to be us giving you a ton of value that you're going to get and just enjoy it. And it's only $5 a month. All right, you can cancel it anytime. Every little bit counts. Please go join it. The link is down in the show notes. All right. Anyways, sit back and enjoy the show. Swadee Kop. Welcome to this episode of Pu'u Muay Thai Podcast. If this is your first time tuning into the podcast, my name is Jonathan Pu'u. I'm the founder of Pu'u Muay Thai. We're a Muay Thai academy in Ventura, California. It's been operating for over 10 years now, so over a decade. I'm a former fighter. I was coaching. I also work as a ring official. Been involved in Muay Thai for over 18 years now. And this is the Pu'u Muay Thai Podcast. Today, I have two people on as guests. I have Kru Ed, who is our chief instructor at Pu'u Muay Thai in Ventura. And I also have Coach Vinnie, who's working front desk, working on the mats. Is often one of the first faces that you see in on the mats. So, Vinnie, Ed, how are you guys doing today?
Doing good?
Good. Yeah. So, what's the vibe been like in class lately?
It's been awesome. Like, we've had a bunch of new students join in the most recent month too. I think like 20 plus new students.
Total. Damn, man. That's and all from Muay Thai.
Yeah.
All from Muay Thai and like all different ages and stuff like that too. So obviously a lot of new energy. We just had promotions last night.
We did.
Right. That was like super epic to walk into and see all the students like shadow boxing and a bit, just the whole mats were filled up with for us at the academy of white shirts.
Yeah, it was like an ocean of white shirts.
Yeah. Which is like all new people, like you were saying, here at the academy. So obviously a lot of new exciting energy on the mats. What about you're seeing?
Yeah, no, I see like a new group of excited people that are, that want to train Muay Thai, learn the art of 8 limbs, are excited about every aspect of it, like competition, self-defense, fitness, like. And we got also a big group of different ages, like young to like 50, 60-year-olds. It's been a really good month.
Yeah.
Really positive. And then we still have our older students that are also taking a lot of the fundamental classes. And so we have a great balance right now.
Awesome.
Great balance.
What about, it's like your intermediate advanced class? What's the vibe been like in there?
Oh, it's picked up too.
Yeah. Because they have the people coming in through like promoting and intermediate advance. I know some of the people are competing, including you, right? It could be a USMTO coming up. And then also Isaiah is competing at USMTO.
Correct, yeah.
And then we have a few people competing tomorrow at East Sleep Deep 5, right? Who's competing tomorrow? I know it's Zach.
Yeah, Zach Smithson, Renee Jimenez.
Yeah. Oh, Renee. Yeah, the Renee's competing. And Raphael, right? The kids. Right?
Hugo.
Yeah, Hugo. So 4 people, yeah?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it's
So we're the teens too. So we got Billy, Cash, and Gabriel.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So we got 6, like
2 adults, 2 teens, 2 kids.
I'm glad it picked up because there was a lot of people who weren't registered. Like, and we're looking at the roster like, damn, are they Like, hey, if we have one, that's fine. Like, that's okay. That's good. We got a good group. You know, going in, we were looking at the schedule for scheduling these, and we're like, all right, let's make sure not like we had one with Valentine's Day at the beginning of the year. It was on Valentine's Day weekend, and it was kind of light. And we're like, okay, so we always trying to look at the schedule. So we looked at the Monday for like, hey, is there any holidays on Monday? No, there's none. Because Olympics on Tuesday, because there's Veterans Day. So I was like, oh, this makes sense. And there's 4 Muay Thai events going on this weekend in Southern California. There's MDL, there's us, there's Big Troy's promotion, and then I think WCK Muay Thai is also doing one too. So it's just, there's a lot of activity like now more than ever. I'm sure there's some other semi-contact going on same time too. I'm sure.
It's a good thing too, because, you know, like we have students that may have never competed, but with the Eat, Sleep, Teach promotion, it really allows them to do a semi-contact fight, get some experience, and really either build the confidence that they can compete or say, this is not for me. I just want to do it for...
Yeah, just got their feet wet, right? It's like, you know, and that's the thing too. It's also a lower risk because it's literally right across the street, right? You know, we're not in a place like LA where it's just like, hey, we can drive 20 minutes that way and we're going to hit another event. No, it's like there's nothing else going on here. So you have to travel. We're driving an hour and a half, 2 hours, sometimes more. Arizona, Arizona. That's a 8-hour drive out to Arizona for the nationals and stuff like that too. But having a local, it makes them lower risk for them, right? So
More accessible for them,
yeah, more accessible. Well, what do you think are, like, you know, with the new students coming in, right? We always, like, we say we specialize in beginners. What are some common questions that you've been hearing lately? Like something you hear like ad nauseum. Like, I've answered this question 3 times this week.
Why can I spar?
When can I spar?
Yeah.
So when can they spar, Kru?
Usually, like, what I do is, like, when they get to their orange shirt, which is, like, you know, their second promotion.
So for anybody that's listening, but orange shirt, right? So that's, for us, that's just something inside of our academy. But for any of our students that are watching or listening, this is why we're trying to get you to show up to promotions.
Yeah.
It's not because we want to torture you, right? But it's because we want to see you progress, and it's an important part of the process, right?
It really also, like, makes it so everyone's safe when they first start sparring, because, well, one of the things that happens with beginners a lot of times is they go too hard, they don't know enough technique, they get hurt.
Yeah, you've been in the boxing gym.
Yeah, big
At boxing gym, first day, go spar. Yeah, sure. You got your Malkies? No? All right, so go.
I started boxing when I was young, so, like, one of the things we used to do is, no offense though, we used to do Santa Monica boxing back in the day, and, like, we used to do full contact sparring, no headshots, only body shots with everybody. So we would have a lot of surfers come in, the big guys, and I was like a 18-year-old at the time, like 140 pounds. And you used to be like these 200-pound guys, and I would just drop them with my liver shots, and that's how I learned how to hit the liver, right? Because
I'm not offended. I think that's hilarious.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun for me at the time. So I was young, and I was
you're a kid. Dropping his
he's so big, 220 pounds of muscle, 240 pounds of muscle.
And it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything, absolutely nothing. But, like, you know, at the end of the day, those guys never came back.
No, exactly. So you look for them to get your orange shirt before they start sparring, right?
Yeah, so you learn the proper etiquette, because this is Muay Thai. It's not just boxing.
Yeah, there's a lot. You have your knee joints, you have your groin, you have your ankles, your toes, your hands, your elbows. You have, like, all the different targets.
The range, the distance too, it's so different. Like,
easier for stuff to go wrong.
Yeah, like kick an elbow or bump knees or accidentally kick someone's knee.
Or strike you hard and not realize it, because it's like you're learning your power and your control, right? It's part of, like, learning a new skill.
Or get hit when you're when you're off balance. One of the common things that happens, you know, right? Like, when you do sparring for the first time and you're observing, like, the beginners, is when they kick, they lose their balance and then they get punched in the face.
Yeah.
And so what happens is they don't want to kick anymore.
Yeah.
So they neglect this ability of Muay Thai to keep the distance with the kick.
And using the balance.
Yes, using their balance. So it's one of those things where I tell people, it's like, take your time, learn how to kick properly, keep your balance. That way you can utilize that weapon to keep people away, right? And get hit less. People want to rush. They're like, oh no, I gotta feel it. But when you get hit in the face, then it's like, you're not really thinking of like, oh, I need to strategize. It's more like, I need to survive.
Yeah.
It's like,
Everyone has a plan until they get pushed.
yeah, exactly. So that's what I recommend people. And then afterwards, it's like, it becomes a lot more fun because you can like really play chess over just checkers.
Yeah.
Muay Thai.
Yeah. So when can I spar? You're at Pu'u Muay Thai, getting your orange shirt. And that's why when you come in promotions, so if you're missing promotions, schedule, whatever it may be, or some reason you're turning off push notification on Spark, you're not getting everything but the smoke signal, right? Or the carrier pigeon, like, talk to us. We want to get you in there.
I appreciate it too. Like, you know, like when they say this, you know, I write the notes down, like he wants to spar. I told him this, you know, because we're going to get them there. Like that's my whole goal is like, if you want to do it, we're going to get you there. Just, it's a step by step.
What's another common question? Something you get.
Do I have to spar?
Do I have to spar?
Yeah, the flip side.
Yeah, you do get the flip side. And also sometimes people say, when are we going to spar? It's, for me, I've learned that sometimes I ask, like, are you looking to spar? Because sometimes they're like, no, that's what I'm asking. I don't want to spar. Are we sparring in this class? It's like, no, we're not. This is not a sparring class, right? So we have like a separate sparring class for that reason, right? So that way people can get introduced into more drilling and contact stuff without doing sparring necessarily. What some people in their mind, they like perceive sparring as like Rocky and Apollo, where they're banging out in the ring when they're sparring and they're fighting. It's not like that, right? So what do you tell people if they ask if they have to spar?
No.
Yeah.
Like, no. If you don't want to, you definitely don't have to. And that's for every age range. Like, once they get to the time when they're ready, like when we think they're ready, it's still up to them. So like, even if we're saying like, you should come spar, yeah, they're orange or they're green even, and they're maybe not sparring. If they don't want to, we'll make sure that they know that that's available to them if they want it. But if they don't want to spar, then they totally don't have to. There's no pressure to go and take that.
I tossed them as like in a Kumite style, kind of like, you get Brown Robin, and then like they get a group of people. And it's like, you didn't want to spar, you're gonna learn today. Now I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that, but like, we
need to cut that for the clip as like a hook for that. Yeah. No, I mean to use it.
Sparring is, I would say everyone should try it. Sometimes if I have someone that's very new, very shy, I'll pair them up with an experienced person, a very experienced person, because they may think like, oh no, I want a beginner. But like a beginner has learning how to control the power, and they don't want to spar. They're a little nervous about sparring. Maybe they want to spar inside, but they don't want to. They're not ready for what it can entail. So I'll have them spar with someone that's new, not new, that's been doing it for a while, knows the control, and let them know, hey, look at this new guy.
Yeah.
Hello.
What other common questions? Like, I know people ask, like, people ever ask you, do I need to wrap my hands?
Yeah.
Like,
people ask about like why, like what are the hand reps for?
Yeah.
Or different glove sizes is another one too. Like what's the difference?
The funny thing, I always get people who are like, I need a 16-ounce glove. I'm like, where did you hear you need a 16-ounce glove when you first start? Like, I looked it up online. It's like, okay, but I'm telling you, you put a big padded glove on, you're gonna start punching like this. They're not learning how to get to the knuckles onto. That's why you use like a 12 or a 14-ounce. Like 14 ounce for obviously a bigger person, right? Than using like 12 ounce for most people. So that way you can feel your knuckle hitting in onto the pad or onto the bag and stuff like that too. So I know that was something like you'll kind of always get, and anybody that's listening or watching, you might relate as a coach.
I think, like when I first started Muay Thai, the reason I wanted to get the 16-ounce glove was to save money, because in my head I was like, oh, I'm going to get the sparring glove. So when I get to sparring, I already have it. But then you smash that glove that it becomes like so useless.
It's not even a 16-ounce glove.
Well, it's like a 12-ounce glove.
Like destroy the padding on the
knuckles. Yeah, it's just pure knuckle on it. And like, for us here at the academy, we give people their gloves when they start.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't get 16-ounce when it comes time for you to start sparring. Like you get a pair of gloves and stuff like that too. What else? What other questions?
Ooh, there's so many questions. So
What's the most common? Like, I know a hand wraps one that's like always. Oh, my favorite with hand wraps. Do I need to wash them every time? And you're sitting there and you're helping them wrap their hands and they're wet. And you're like, is this from your laundry? Or did you like, no, I just did my bag from last week. I have immediately thrown them in the trash. I'm like, I'm charging your card on file, okay? Yeah, or you get a new one. So these are done. These are like infested. Anybody that doesn't know, too, not to freak anybody out. Ringworms, staph infections can kill people. There was somebody, I think it was last year, Thailand. He's a kid who went to do Muay Thai in Thailand. He died of a staph infection. So it could kill you, and those are the opportunities for them to manifest. Ringworm, while it's gross, it's a fungus. No one wants that on their skin. It's like this big red itchy spot. Like, it's just, you don't want that. So just wash your shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always tell people it's like they're like socks for your hands, if not worse, because we get the glove on too, and like you sweat a lot in there, you know. But yeah, like you wouldn't wear socks if you wear them all day long. You wouldn't wear them a second time. No. Same thing.
Especially if they're super sweated through and stuff like that. Yeah, so wash those things manually. That's stinky. You get bacteria, all that nastiness up in there. Like, even like the poorer places in town where they train, they have hand wraps. The kids are washing their hand wraps and hanging them up afterwards. Like, do something. Wash your hand wraps, right? Get a laundry bag. I know Coach Connor's been on here before. He's like, that's like pro tip. Get a little like mesh laundry bag. That way it doesn't get all tangled up, and it just makes it so much easier. And when you first start, get a couple pairs. Like, buy a couple pairs of hand wraps. That way you're not having to worry about not having a pair. All right, it's like, hey, get 2 pairs.
Yeah, get a couple of shirts too, and a couple of shorts. Maybe like when you're doing 2 classes, you just need 2, but you at least need 2, because hygiene in martial arts is very important. I know people like forget to talk about this sometimes, but that's the most dangerous thing in anything that you do that requires a lot of people, contact, and sweat. Not like you said, not to scare anybody, but it's like one of the things that's built in martial arts. Like, it's one of the creeds, hygiene.
Always take it very seriously.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I train at some gyms, and it's like my feet are black when they come out. My feet aren't black after we train here. Like, it's very something we take very seriously when it comes into hygienic practices and cleaning. And you know, I encourage any of our students too. Like, if you see something, say something. If you see someone throwing stuff in there, ask them, hey, are you washing those when you get home? Like, be proactive, because that might be a new person who some reason didn't get the memo, right? And it's just for them, like, I need to wash these. Like, they don't know, right? So creating that community of accountability, I think, is very important.
Yeah, gloves too.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get hit with a
glove that's
a stinky glove, or like even holding pads, and someone will hit it and they'll hit you with that poison damage in the air, you know.
Yeah, +5 poison.
Yeah,
see it like come out. What's been the vibe? Like, what's been the focus on coaching lately for you?
Isn't the focus on coaching?
Yeah, what's been the focus in class lately?
You know, I always like see how people teach like the body kick, or how people explain things, and I always like I have my style, but I also want to be the most proficient I can be with new students, and it's always changing. You know, like sometimes it's like we have everyone can kick. Like yesterday, you saw the
promotions.
Everyone was good, you know, but it's sometimes it's just like just remembering how hard it was for them to start kicking, because a lot of people, they don't use their legs in the way they use them in Muay Thai, with the hips, getting on the ball, the feet, turning over, all that stuff. It can be really hard when people start. So I like to just find ways on how to teach these and make sure that everyone learns how to do it safely, and has a good time doing it too.
So what about for you? What about your classes?
So the only class that I teach
is the bad class.
Is bad class.
Yeah,
in the mornings.
So you help out with the kids class too, right?
Yeah. So for the kids class, I do a little more. I'm like kind of like floating coaching.
Yeah.
And I'll just be like kind of drive by. Like,
what's been your focus on on those drive by interactions though?
For the kids, it's mostly encouragement. I'll let the other coaches that are actually running
the athletes to correct.
Yeah, lead with the technique stuff. But then when they get it, if I see one of them like making an improvement, or especially for students who we've worked with independently before on like just little things, when they do have those successes, I want to make sure that I can highlight that for them, because that's really big for them, just to have like you know, they go up and they hit the pads with the coach and then they're getting back in line and I'm sitting at the front desk and I'm like, good job, you know, whatever their name is.
Yeah.
And I just throw them the thumbs up. I'm like, yeah, good job, good kicks, good work.
Yeah, because
They love it.
there's something that we talked about is like being a good finder, where it comes into like when you're like an assistant. For those that don't know, we do a lot of like instructor training and stuff like that for the kids and for the coaches. It's like an ongoing process for all of us. I think like we had a conversation in our groups the other day, in like WhatsApp group, about like coaching students who are having a hard time staying focused, right? So it's a constant evolution and a constant learning process, and like knowledge, and like this totally different skill than like just training, right?
Yeah,
Totally different skill.
different.
You know, with that too, with Eat Sleep Team coming up, you know, what's the vibe been like? You know, I know when the events come up, it seems like the energy probably picks up a little bit in the academy too. People are doing more one-on-ones and stuff like that as well.
It picks up. You know, one of the things I like to do is not make it such a stressful thing. You know, it's a celebration. You're gonna go perform what you've been practicing. So, you know, I know it's important to a lot of people, and that importance can turn into like
Anxiety. Yeah.
And that anxiety can prevent you from performing at your best ability, because, you know, anything you do, when you do it with like almost like a carefree attitude, confidence, obviously you have some importance for it, but you're free to be yourself. That's when I see the best success, the most success. It's not when you're like, oh, and not that you're not going to have anxiety. Anytime you compete against someone, you fight against someone, there's natural anxiety put into your body that's been developed from like the Stone Age, like survival instinct.
Yeah, man, your fight or flight instinct.
Exactly.
Right? It's literally built into your body. When it comes into like, if you see that coming up, I remember my first time, I was like, man, what is competing even gonna be like? It's gonna be like when I like stare across from somebody, and you like, I psyched myself out. It took me a long time to be able to like overcome some of the mental stuff. Like that's why I wrote it in my book, because like once I had like a trigger that worked, he's like, oh, that's how I stay focused for competition. Like that's it right there. So it takes time though, right?
Yeah, it takes time. I mean, even my last time, remember what happened?
Yeah, I had to like massage the shit out of your stomach, man, because you kept. But you ate fried chicken.
Yeah.
They got the video of you eating fried. It was good fried chicken though.
Yeah, it was. And that little
Say Red Bull.
was it Red Bull? It was a yellow one.
Yeah, the M150. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was burping for like maybe 2 hours. Right?
Oh no, sponsor. So
This is sponsor.
yeah, the electrolyte drink. For those that don't know, sponsor is like
The Thai.
it's a Thai electrolyte drink. It's like Gatorade. Yeah, it's the Thai equivalent of Gatorade. And it comes in a yellow bottle. But yeah, that's right. You're drinking sponsor.
And that was my nervous tick. I can tell. Like I'm like, oh, why? Because as soon as I stepped over the ropes, it stopped. Right.
Yeah, but until then, he like kept like when you were up at the back and you're sitting in the back and you had the cape on, you're like, you good? Like I was like massaging you, pushing your stomach down as we're sitting there. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I felt good though. It was that little burp. I was like, damn, why did I get this burp? Damn it! Like, and I was like, yeah, okay. There's a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of nerves.
Yeah,
I'll stay fight through it.
Things happen. You just gotta learn how to adapt and like overcome through it. You know, what about for the kids? Like, I know you're working with some of the kids also that are competing. What's the vibe for them like when getting ready for ECT?
For the kids, they're all over it. Like yeah. Like the first ECT, we just had a couple of the kids do it, and then like the second one, and since then they were all interested. Like,
What's the next one?
yeah. Like almost and we have a really big kids sparring group too. Like we have a really awesome group of kids. But almost all of them.
The kids competition class starts today.
Yes, it's today.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, sweet. Just to show anybody out there, is like
Did new class.
they're really like really into it, right?
Yeah. But almost all of them for the second one was like, I want to do it. I want to try. And then the third one too, like everybody went to go do it. But we're always saying in class, reminding them like, okay, these are the two kids that are competing, right? So for this Saturday, it's Hugo and Rafi. So in class, they're saying that like Hugo and Rafi are competing. Make sure we're not sweeping them in class. But also when class will end, we'll be like, okay, you know, let's get them excited for competition and everything like this. But they're super into it. Yeah, like the other kids who've either competed before or just are sparring, like they love to help
I see them there cheer and they cheer at the event. They're at the event. Yeah, they're barricade like, oh
Yeah, they're there.
Yeah, which is awesome.
Let's go, guys! It's like it's a great team. I love the kids competitions because they're learning how to deal with their anxieties. Because a lot of times you really don't think that kids are gonna be nervous in this situation, or you forget how human they are and how much they're experience everything for the first time. Whether it be competition, I'm trying to win. You think it's a like almost like a non-factor. Of course you're trying to win. Everyone's trying to win, but no, there were kids. They don't. Some of them are just there because their parents told them to do it. Some of them are there because they want to do it. Some are there because they want to do it, but now they're really nervous and they don't want to do it. And they just found that out the week that they don't want to do it the week of. And you're like, oh, why does he want to do it? You got to talk to the parents. And then
I see a lot of pressure put on kids by the parents. Sometimes kids are 100% ready and the parents freaking out for them. And that anxiety from the parent affects them. And then they try to coach over the coach. Like that, I see that happen too. And for anybody that's out there, it's like, if that sounds like you, it probably is, right? But it's important to be mom and dad when it comes to that. Let these guys, let your coach, right? Be mom and dad. Talk to coach about any concerns you have. Don't share it with the kid. Yeah. All right. Because the thing is, you might say it in a way that we know how to say it from the coach's perspective. That's not going to cause as much mental conflict, anxiety, and create some nerves and internal conflict. I mean, I've had it before for myself when I was competing. My dad one time was like, yeah, I don't think you should fight. I think you're going to die at this one. I don't think you're going to die. I'm like, and I'm dehydrated to the bone, about to cut weight and go drive to Arizona. I'm like, thanks, Dad. Right. Yeah, I get to think about this for the next 8-hour car ride, run dehydrated, think about nothing else. Really helpful, right? So you got to think about this for people too, like when it comes into that anxiety like you're talking about.
And it's another factor too. Like the parents, they mean well.
They don't know what they're doing. It's fine.
Exactly. Yeah. And then they start feeling the butterflies themselves. They're like, oh, what did I put my kid into? And I'm like, no, you got to referee. They're very small. They're wearing headgear. They're wearing protective gear. They're gonna learn valuable lessons that they're excited to learn. And whether it be like positive or whether they feel negative at the time, at least you're going to have coaches that are going to explain what happened and they're going to help them grow from it.
Yeah, have a better experience. Yeah. It's like regardless, even if it's a perceived negative experience, it's still a positive.
Yeah.
It's a net positive.
It's a growth.
Net positive.
Net positive.
Net positive. Yeah, it's a net positive at the end of the day. And learning to be uncomfortable and overcome those feelings too, I think is really key for a lot of people. Something that I wish that I had more of.
Yeah, it just reminds me, but I never told my parents when I was competing, so they never been to one of my fights.
Oh, really?
Ever.
Kru Edward used to tell me my parents weren't allowed to come.
Oh, that's nice.
He said your parents weren't allowed to come. My mom came to one. The first one she came to, I got TKO'd, and she's like, "That was great." I'm like, "You're never allowed to come again." Sorry, Mom, you're not allowed to come. I'm listening to Kru Edward on that one from now on.
My sister came to one, and that was good because she had a sign and she was screaming, and she was like, all for it.
Having someone cheering for you.
She was like ghettoing it up. She's like, beat the shit out of this guy. Like, I'm like, oh, dang. All right, cool. Like,
it's like, that's what's good about like the semi-contact events. Like, you're not getting that vibe of it. Like, that's not what the intention of it is. The intention is, yes, you have an audience there, so you feel pressure, right? You have the judges, the referee, and stuff like that for safety. And to feel what's like the weigh-ins. It's like even the weigh-ins process, it's like we had one Nashville with the guys, they showed up, like there's 2 more people who were supposed to weigh in from out of state that came to compete in Nashville, and they were late. They didn't come to weigh-ins. And so we made a note. And when they came in, I went into them, it's like, yeah, you're disqualified. Like, what? I'm like, yeah. So you just flew nationals and you disqualified. You're not competing. And they're like, I'm like, so that's what you'd be hearing if you're at a national tournament right now, and you just spent $2,500 on your airfare, your training, time off work, hotel, blood work, medicals, and you missed it, and you blew all that because you didn't listen and show up to weigh-ins on time, right? So, of course, we let them win. It's like, it's a semi-contact. It's not that serious, but it's a learning opportunity. Yeah. And their coaches actually thanked us, like, dude, thanks for doing that, because, like, I'm on them, but they hear me all the time. And the saying familiarity breeds contempt.
Yep.
Right. Like people don't only listen to you, like if maybe you don't say it to them as much. Right. So they hear it from me, like, or somebody else that's not their coach, and they say the same message. They actually hear it, and all of a sudden it's a mind-blowing, changing experience.
And now they'll remember that every time going forward, they're going to make sure that they're...
Yeah, you could be telling them, it's like the same thing you could be telling a student, like, hey, when you throw your left kick, throw your left hand down a little bit more. It's going to help with your kick and make it a lot stronger. And they, yeah. And they don't do it. Kru Ed can come up to them, maybe he's never in this class, and goes, hey, you know, if you just turn your left hand down a little bit when you kick, you're going to make more power. Whoa, like this is
Right.
game-changing. It's like they hear it from you all the time, but because Ed's not there all the time, they hear him a little bit more because, like I said, familiarity breeds contempt. They're just used to hearing your voice.
Yeah, it's almost like becomes white noise sometimes. So it's like if you like when you explain something and you repeat it multiple times and you have to say it over and over, like by the fifth time they're not like they're somewhere else, you know. So we're really kind of, you almost have to get them on the first time and trust that the experience will help you out as well.
So with that, what do you think are some things that like students might not realize that we talk about behind the scenes about them, like for their betterment, right?
Everything.
Oh, for the betterment. Sorry, I was thinking of something else. Damn, I didn't brush his teeth. Yeah, it just smells breath.
Yeah.
His gloves have been like funky, like, whoa, can't spar.
Well, like, you know, I don't think people realize that we have like a couple meetings a week about like students' progress.
Mm-hmm. The kids coaches meet every day after classes, and so we do the 2 kids classes or the 3 kids classes, and then switch to the adults. When the kids classes end, all the kids coaches are in the back, and we're discussing class that day. We do that every single
time about students' progress, and it's the same thing with the adults too. Like it's a very hands-on process, and everything's very intentional behind the scenes. So I think like that's brings a lot of value to people in like our program too. What else?
Yeah, we run into like just like random issues, and then we when we're teaching, and we always reflect on them and try to make the classes better.
Like a better learning experience.
Better learning experience for everybody. Sometimes we get like, you know, it's almost like in a sense like school, like you get your freshmen and then you get your seniors, and the seniors, like you're almost not saying anything. You're just showing them like that, and they're doing it, right? But then you got your freshmen, so when you have a mixed class, you have to be able to cater to both. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's like the seniors really do help out the freshmen, kind of get a leg up, like a big brother helping his little brother, where inevitably the little brother is going to be stronger than the big brother. But the big brother will always have that mental edge because he's the big brother.
Yep.
But the little brother got that whole experience fast tracked. So it's just, you know, you get to use that a little bit in this kind of learning environment, because fundamentals are fundamentals. Like I got fighters that take the fundamentals classes because they're fundamental classes. Like
it's gonna be it's slower paced. You're working on just 1 or 2 things.
What happens when you get tired? The fundamentals kind of go. So you got to practice the fundamentals when you're tired. What happens when you hurt your leg? You got to work the fundamentals to kind of find that solution. So it becomes a more has more context, the fundamentals, for the more advanced students than it would for the beginner students, because they're just learning the technique, the footwork, the mechanics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, with that too, what are some challenges you have with teaching beginners? Like, what are some challenges that you think people might not realize?
Teaching beginners,
like what's hardest about teaching beginners?
The variety of starting points.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, because there's so much to work on. Or like there's so many different techniques as well, like all the different stuff, and like you'll have them teach them like the 3 points of like, say, the right kick, you know, that you want them to do first. But then after, even if they do that and they do all of those well, there's going to be more to go to next. And then every single thing kind of always adds on and keeps going.
I think one of the hardest things for me about teaching beginners is the fact that I'll get the same reasoning or questions about, like, a lot of people compare themselves to others. How come I'm not progressing as fast as? That's like one of my hardest things I hear all the time. So I'm going to take this moment to like stress, comparing yourself to others' progress is the quickest way to lose all motivation and quit any activity you're doing, not just Muay Thai, but especially Muay Thai, I hear this a lot, all the time. How come I'm not like this? How come I can't do it? It's like, man, the fact is, like, it takes at least 2 years to really feel comfortable with your fundamentals, right? And until that point, like, at that point where you start feeling comfortable with your fundamentals, you're just now starting to become aware of, like, how much you actually suck. Yeah. To put it frankly, right? But that's also where people tend to quit the most, right? Like, I consider 2 years still beginner. Like, for me, 2 years still beginner. Like, you're just now starting to get, but a lot of people, they say, like, hey, they feel like they know everything in Muay Thai at that point. But there's the Dunning-Kruger effect. For anybody that doesn't know, it's like a chart. Maybe I can get it here on the screen. But it goes up. It's like, I know everything. And all of a sudden, it's like, crap, I suck. Yeah. And that's also where people quit, because they realize, like, man, how come I'm not getting better? It's like, well, you got your fundamentals, and now you're aware of where you suck. Yeah. Like, you're self-aware enough to know, like, I need to work on this. And that's where the learning actually, like, begins for people, I feel.
That's where you add the context to the technique.
Yeah.
Where it's not a 1, 2, 3 body kick, 1, 2, 3 body kick. Why did I miss that? Like, I threw it. Why did I miss it?
Yeah.
Why do I miss
it? It doesn't work.
Yeah. The combinations don't work. And it's like, you start making these things up. I'm like, it's a context. You know, it's a tool that you can use for every situation. And the more you do it, the more you're going to understand those tools. But I have a funny story. When I first started, I was comparing myself to Bull Count, because I saw him in K1, and I followed his whole career in K1, like those battles with Masato.
I still compare myself to Bull Count. My left kick.
My left kick, yeah.
Bull Count.
Bull Count in K1, like in K1, like prime Bull Count, like his kick was so fast.
And his left knee too.
He's so aggressive with it too. Like, he's just like, so you compare yourself to this guy, and I'm like 6 months into Muay Thai at the time. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be like Bull Count. And the irony was that, like, you know, the first time I recorded myself, and then I saw video footage of me throwing a left kick and Bull Count throwing his left kick. I was like, oh my God, I really am the worst Muay Thai fighter.
I suck. What am I doing?
I was already competing at the time. I'm like, how can I not look like that guy, you know? And, you know, one time we did Songkran, and we did like a little show, and I was with Might. Then maybe Kru Ed. And, you know, I did a show, and in my head, I was like, man, I really sucked. Like, this is horrible. Like, and then I looked at the video, and my rapid kicks, you know, like to do the like emphasis, like, doing double, triple, 5, whatever they asked for. And you have an audience, and they're cheering. And I remember that's how we would highlight like the balance and the speed of that rapid body kick to impress everybody. And then I looked at the video footage, and I could tell I had gotten a lot better, you know.
When you have that video footage to compare, right?
Yeah, to compare. But in my head, I was just as bad as when I compared myself to Bull Count.
But you didn't notice.
I didn't notice it. I just felt how bad it was, but I was actually a lot better at the time.
You know, I just did a whole like episode on the podcast about this, actually. Like these little things and why it's important to video for that reason. Because you make progress, you just don't realize it. Like your coaches see it, but you don't see it for yourself, right? But that's where that real learning is actually happening. Wake up, son. All right. You know, with that, how do you keep your energy up with like the back-to-back classes? That's something that like I always had a hard time with too.
Training or coaching?
Coaching.
I don't ever teach.
Energy drinks. Lots of energy drinks.
Well, you're a lot of energy. Well, you're here for like, you know, a good amount, you know, considerable amount of time. Sometimes you're floating off the mat and to the front too. So like, it's the same thing. It's a lot of energy. You said a lot of energy drinks. Caffeine. Like I used to do this thing. It was terrible. Cause you know this, if you teach like Tuesday, Thursday morning block, you teach your bag class, you have your all levels, and you have your sparring clinching, right? By the afternoon around 3:30, you start hitting the wall.
Oh yeah.
Right. So I got an espresso machine for my birthday one year, and I would take an espresso shot and I would take a nap right away. Then I would go teach.
Wow.
So like by the time I woke up, like the espresso would like be hitting me. Terrible for my sleep cycle, great for my energy level. But like it would be 11:30 at night, and I'm like, you know, like still like going, and like crap, dude, I gotta be up tomorrow at 6 a.m. Right. It was like this ongoing thing. So it's definitely a balance. What do you do like when you're here for like long days? Because you'll train and then you work,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, usually not so much caffeine for me, but recently sometimes I'll grab the energy drink just because we have them. Shout out Jan, he brought us like cases of yerba mates. So those
Oh yeah, the Guayaki, right? Yerba mate. Yeah,
They're so
those are good.
I saw them back in the cabinet. I opened it. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
stash.
That's what they're running off.
Oh my
Like,
God.
I thought they were so good at
I'm like, man, I'm like Zach was on it yesterday, man. Coach Zach is on it yesterday. Oh, he's all charged up. It's all mate'd out.
Yeah, we're all charged up. But no, yeah, it's just balancing that because it's when you're on, you may have known feel this. Is when you're on until the classes are done, and then you're off.
Yeah. So then it's like
Someone pairs a switch. Yeah, it's like you're just like, oh,
You hit a wall.
you hit a wall, a big wall, and it's just something you have to like manage by either delegating or if you can't delegate, like just finding healthier alternatives, like sleeping a little earlier, getting that extra hour, like 8 hours, taking an hour to 30-minute nap in the afternoon when your work is light, right? Because it'll be light for
Which is hard to do because it's like sometimes that's the only downtime in a day,
yeah.
right? Especially you have a kid or something like that too. It's like there's a lot where you're working a second job, whatever it may be. But finding that balance, it's like everybody struggles with it. Like, man, I don't miss when I was working 2 jobs and running the academy. I do not miss that because it was like that.
bad.
It was like that nonstop. Like it was legit. Like I don't have a day off for 3 months. Like that was legit because I would work Fridays, so wine cellar was closed on Saturdays. So then I would work the academy, like teaching, and then I would go to Target in the afternoon. And then I would go work at the wine cellar the next day on Sunday, and then Monday is like wine cellar again, Muay Thai, and then next day would be like Muay Thai in the morning, Target, wine cellar, and then going to Muay Thai in the evening. It's just that was rough. I know a couple of times I snapped at my managers and I got in trouble a couple of times because it was like, I was dealing with alcoholics at the wine cellar, so those weren't the nicest people to deal with sometimes. So sometimes I would use some choice words that you wouldn't normally use with customer service, which I learned a lot about customer service through those jobs too. But it's all about balance, right?
Yeah. I always try to remember to try to keep my energy in some way high. Like even if I'm physically tired, like I want to still be energetic at the front desk because people come in and like they're excited to train. They're excited to be here.
They're stoked.
Mm-hmm. So I still want to be able to, and even if I'm like really physically tired, I can still be like, hey, what's up? Like, welcome in, good to see you. Fist bump. Like,
Yeah,
I feel like you signed in.
You have to be. It's just being intentional about it, right?
Yeah.
Being intentional, and that's one of those things that like I think a lot of people when it comes into like work ethic, like I know you have it. Like I know our team has this same work ethic. I'm the same way. It's like regardless of what happens, I'm gonna like always try to be there. It's like if I'm having a run, hey, I'm gonna take 5 minutes. I'll be in the back. I'm gonna like close my eyes, have some water, splash water on my face, put some Visine in so I don't look sleepy, and then come back out and go work. Like that was what I would do. And it's just as part of working and pursuing a lifestyle that like this has too.
One of the things too with something like this is like we all got into Muay Thai, into martial arts because we love it. It's a passion project. So when you have this passion project, you can really work yourself to death, like because you love it. Like it's not like you're forced to work. Like you have to work because you love it. But sometimes,
Yeah. I would, for literally the first 5 years of the academy, I'd work myself sick.
yeah,
Like I would show up even when I was like feeling sick because I had nobody to cover, or I thought I had nobody to cover, and I would just I would take day quill. I'd stay away from everybody. Like do every day I can, teach from afar. I'd come to the demonstrate, and I'd work myself sick, and I would just be like out for a week straight, and I'd feel terrible. But like literally, that's like I didn't do it on purpose because I wanted to be there.
yeah. And doing this, I know like one time like a whole year I didn't get sick. I don't think I didn't get sick that year. I just didn't acknowledge being sick.
Yeah.
Like in my head. And I had when I used to work with Kru Ed, I had a nickname where you call me Sleepy because I could sleep in the ring. I could sleep in the car. I wouldn't go home. I would just like, because that drive was horrible. So
Extra time, yeah.
just in the parking lot, I would sleep, teach, sleep, wake up, teach again. or train, sleep, wake up, teach. Like,
Where's the food coming in?
I would either, we had the little microwave and the little coffee. So I would either have like a coffee and then like, I was a lot younger then. I was like, 20s, like, so there's a lot of things that you live off like a sandwich, like people help you out too. Like they see, he hasn't eaten. You want something? Like, I'd be like, yeah, sure. I'll have anything, and
Food?
Yeah. Let's just bring in food.
Free food? Yeah, good food. What's like a leadership lesson that you guys have learned and taken away from this year at the academy or in November? Like, what's something you guys have learned? Be like, with classes, it could be with working with coworkers, it could be with competition stuff.
Communication.
Yeah.
Communicate.
You can always communicate more.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. For me, that's always like at the forefront of my mind where it comes into that.
We're a team. You know this. You know this a lot. We communicate. It's easy, but we're a big team. So if we communicate, but Vinnie doesn't know, and then we know, and then something happens, then we're at fault because Vinnie didn't find out, and now.
Yeah, and it comes from like the top down too.
Exactly.
So it's like at the end of the day, it's like if like Vinnie or if one of the assistant coaches doesn't know something, that comes back to us, regardless of what it was. Even if it wasn't like technically our fault, it's still our fault. Like that's why in leadership, it's like those are the hardest pills to swallow. It's just like, what did I not do? Like when something happens, like what did I not do that caused this to happen? Because I don't want to feel like this again. That's what I've always learned. That's like I'd say that's my biggest one, like on the forefront of my mind, and communication's a part of it too. What about you? Communication too?
Yeah, communication is a huge one, especially doing coaching in front desk and all this stuff. Like
the front desk is like master communicator. You gotta be.
Yeah. And then also with like when Glory's not here, when she's here is a totally different thing too. So making sure that we're like firing on all cylinders and making sure that everyone has all the tools they need to like execute properly, from the coaches to front desk staff, and then
and like student success.
Yeah,
for students to be successful and stuff too. And it's like I haven't looked at our roster. I think they have they're like 11 or 12 people on the team. That's not including like our remote staff too.
Just coaches and front desk. That sounds about right.
Yeah, I think it's around that. And then we have 2 VAs, and then you got me working remote most of the time too. So it's like it's a pretty sizable team.
Yeah, plus leadership.
Yeah, plus add the element of leadership and junior leadership too. Whew, man, it just gave me anxiety thinking about it. If I'm being honest, yeah. But
it's a lot of use to make sure that the right stuff is getting to.
Yeah, because it's all about, it's like the communication. Like we were talking about the other day. It's like just some behind the scenes stuff. It's like, man, do we have like we have the screen up there as announcements for students? Like, do we have a screen in the back that's just for the coaches? Like we're trying to figure this out. I'm like, that way it's like always there. Like, what do I need to look at today? Okay, got it. Like you can see these kinds of things, but I think that's probably one of the biggest misconceptions from people when it comes into that. It's like if the communication didn't happen, it definitely wasn't intentional. Because we're doing our best and we're always learning.
You just get like new people in the staff.
Yeah.
And they may miss out. And it's not like, it's better to communicate, because at the end of the day, it's like you're tired of listening is still better than you feel neglected.
Yeah.
Like you feel out of the loop. Like they don't like me. They don't want me in the team. No, everyone's real cool.
Yeah. Yeah. We have a awesome team. Like we've said this before. I think this is like, we're a force to be reckoned with right now. I'll say that's
true.
Yeah.
Like team is good. The team is very strong.
Very strong from like the, student staff all the way through. It's very important. That's a leadership skill too that I always like try to keep in mind, is like taking care of your own health. Like we're talking about working yourself sick. Like that's one of the hardest things for me, is like yesterday, like I was like, I knew that if I came in here, I wasn't going to eat.
Oh yeah. Right. Yeah.
I'm like, no, I know that I have to set that boundary for myself, because I know if I come in here, I'm going to start to see everybody like, here's this, and all of a sudden it's going to be 10 p.m. and I hadn't eaten all day. Right. And then we have a long ass event tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's like I have to, like, for me, that was one of the hardest things for me that I'm always having to learn how to balance too, is like learning what that is. I'm sure for you guys too. Like I know you're probably just now starting to learn those aspects of like energy management. Like, hey, this is best use of my time. This is something that I should ask for help on. This is something that I should take ownership of, right? Like, I'm sure you can relate too.
Oh yeah. This is one of the hardest things, like, because this is a passion project, like I said, and it started as a passion project for all of us. We love it. So when you teach, you gotta get the hell out when the classes are over, because man, if you stay 1 minute extra, you're like 2 hours later. What the heck did I just do?
That's how the podcast started. Yeah, exactly. Literally, that's how the podcast started. It was that it's I use this analogy. I'm like, class is over at 9 p.m. All of a sudden it's 11:30 p.m. and you've been talking for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah. Well, with that, how can people follow you guys? How can they get a hold of you guys?
I have Instagram. It's my name, Edward, and .go.
No, I think it's Edward Go.
Go.pmt.
And then for you,
I have my Instagram as well as Vinnie the Poop.
Yeah. You got to spell the poop because they use like O's.
Yeah, it's
you got to fix this, man.
He ended it easier to find Instagram.
Just make it.
I should make a one for Muay Thai stuff.
Yeah, I think that's on the books.
All right. Yeah, so I'll try to work on this.
I'll have it in the show notes. Okay, we'll get it. We'll have it in the show notes.
What about you? Be Vinnie Chu.
Vinnie Chu. PMC. Yeah, but that's probably the easiest one. Don't take that if you hear this before he gets it. All right. Well, thanks for coming in today, guys. Best of luck with USMTO coming up. AGC tomorrow. Until next time, guys. See you in the next episode.
Swaddy Comcast, buddy.
All right, that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in today to the Pu'u Muay Thai Podcast. If you enjoy the content, go leave a review over on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. Give us a rating. It means the world to us. Also, if you want to be a guest on the Pu'u Muay Thai Podcast, or if you just want to shout out to your friend, go check us out at podcast.pu'umuaythai.com. You can submit to be able to be a guest on the podcast. You can submit what you want to talk about. Also, if you want to just give a shout out, there's a button for that too. Swaddy Cop.